The state government is being petitioned to appoint a second police commissioner in Queensland, one of indigenous heritage, to help tackle high incarceration rates. Indigenous people are about 11 times more likely to be jailed than other adults, and a lobby group wants change at the top of the police service. They've found a sympathetic ear in MP Rob Pyne, who says the system needs a shake-up.
It's a big request from a small group, bolstered by some strong voices. One of the most vocal, Lex Watton. The man jailed for inciting riots on Palm Island in the far north after Cameron Doomadgee's death in custody.
We want to make police more accountable to the state.
The group is lobbying for a second police commissioner of Indigenous origin to help improve the lives of people in those communities.
For decades, the change hasn't been there. The cycle has been the same.
There you go, Rob.
They're taking their fight to the MPs who hold the balance of power in Labor's minority government.
Things haven't worked in the past, so there needs to be a shake-up at some point.
The petition, submitted last month, links the lack of cultural diversity in the police service to an over-representation of Indigenous people in the justice system.
It was 25 years since the Royal Commission into Aboriginal Deaths in Custody, and not much has changed by way of incarceration rates and everything else.
We're up around some 27% higher than non-Indigenous youths to be remanded in custody and incarcerated.
Shane Duffy, who heads the National Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Legal Services, believes the situation is going to get much worse.
Those young ones that are on child protection orders now, as a natural progression, will end up in juvenile justice and in turn into youth detention centres.
Jeffrey Glenn spent time behind bars but has since turned his life around. He's using his success in the music industry to back calls for greater Indigenous representation in the police service and at a higher level to create trust and understanding.
That younger generation is having it bred into the next younger generation, which knows that they're not really going to make it.
Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders make up about 4% of Queensland's population. They comprise just over 2% of the police service. The highest rank held is Inspector. Shane Duffy doesn't believe rank is the answer.
Symbolism means nothing. Let's actually invest in the services to address the root causes of why people offend, rather than squandering money onto the wall around incarcerations.
The family, the house and the job is the starting point, and we do we've failed in providing them those opportunities.
The MP says the wrong people have been put in the field and into policy-making positions.
To really get traction in any community and make roots in the community, you've got to be from there or have some connection to there.
One of the principles was that they must have a second commissioner.
The MPs are considering the group's request for an Indigenous commissioner, which mirrors a position created in the Family and Child Commission, which oversees the child protection system.
That sort of gesture can relate well and can have, real practical means, and someone that's focused, more on those issues.
The Palaszczuk government says it's also open to discussing the idea, but stands behind current efforts to improve community relations and promote Indigenous police officers. Christina Harrison, ABC News.